the Member of Parliament for Botiano English Amanfrom is one key Member of Parliament who was supporting the Alan Kyerematen campaign. Indeed, he has spoken to us a number of times. The Honorable Sylvester Tetteh, he's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Maru.
24 hours after that announcement, which shocked many, disappointed many, angered some, how is the mood in the Alan camp like?
Thank you very much and good evening to our listeners. Umaru, there's no more Alan camp. The curtains were brought down on his campaign yesterday by an official communication from the presidential hopeful former. So there's nothing like Alan camp anymore. Now it is NPP camp that is most important. But let me use this opportunity to thank the rank and file and the teaming supporters who came out to support Alan Kyerematen from the beginning to yesterday. Though regrettably, I think that it was a painful decision, disappointed as we are. There's nothing more we can say. He's a vision bearer. He's decided to bring down the curtain on his own ambition. There's nothing we can do. Our commitment is to the NPP party. For that matter, I will urge every supporter, sympathizer of Alan Kyerematen's campaign not to be deferred. We should be guided by the single principle of NPP winning 2024 election. I believe that Alan Kyerematen was in the race, and we believe so, that he will be a very fine president. However, I've always maintained that all the gentlemen contesting, whoever wins the slot to lead our party, he will be a better president than John Mahama. So we will win the elections 2024 for Alan John Kyerematen, the NPP. The good news is that he remains a member of our party, and we will continue to see him as a servant of our party.
Was it an easy decision to make and announce yesterday?
It couldn't have been an easy decision. I mean, leading a host of gallant men and women going into an election, and halfway you have to announce your withdrawal. Couldn't have been an easy decision. But of course, be it as it may, he is the leader and is the one we are supporting. You can't force him to go to elections. Once he decides otherwise, you have to respect his opinion and move on. But we still believe that the NPP is in a pole position to win the next election. 4 men are remaining in the race. We will definitely by November 4th have a leader of our party, and we are going to rally behind the third leader to ensure that we win the 2024 election. That is the core mandate of the NPP, and that is what is spurred all of us on to support one candidate or the other. So I think that the NPP first before any other thing, and our commitment is the New Patriotic Party. We are going to work extra hard to ensure that the aspirations of young people of this country will not be dashed by NDC coming back into power. So that is our guiding principle.
Was it open for debate whether or not he should withdraw, or it was a decision that was handed down to you, members of the campaign, and you had to accept it or leave it?
Maru, I mean, first of all, we are not kids. And if he's working with you, especially those in leadership of the campaign, he will communicate his decision with you. Your opinions will be accepted or will be sought. But your opinion cannot be the final. I mean, at the end of the day, he makes the final decision as to whether or not you continue. And my plea to the party based on the things he said, culminating into his ultimate decision, the party leadership, I'm happy in their letter of response or acknowledgement of his letter, had indicated it will be investigated to the latter. And that is why I've made a solemn pledge. I won't discuss the content of the things he said led to the decision. If the party finds me worthy to invite me, I will be happy to share my opinion on it. But until then, I urge everybody to rally around the NPP flag. And of course, I'm a political animal, and there are 4 gentlemen standing, and I'm going to make a pronouncement of my choice of who to lead our party very soon. And I believe that my colleagues will do so in no time for the good of our party. So ultimately, the final decision, you can make your input, but the final decision rests with the one going for the election. All of us may disagree, but we cannot force him that he must bear the flag for the party.
You're not going to tell us who you're going to support tonight?
Not necessarily tonight, but I'll be speaking to you.
Would it be an easy thing to do, considering that you were on a campaign where you were extolling the virtues of one against the other? Would it be easy for you to switch camp?
No, but it's not a matter of switching camp. Yes, I have maintained that If, in my own candid opinion, if Alan Kyerematen is given the nod to lead the party, I was on a campaign. If it's no more, doesn't mean we don't have more men in our party to lead our party. I've always maintained that whoever wins, but of course, I prefer Alan Kyerematen. Doesn't mean that I'm reciprocatory of every knowledge in selecting the leadership. But if he himself had decided not to run, obviously, remaining four, I'll make a choice out of the four.
What happens to your colleagues who were pro-Alan? Do you feel okay that your man whom you were supporting, who was a shade over you, has suddenly disappeared and you are exposed to the sun? Do you feel welcome and safe in the party generally?
I don't get the question. I'm not too sure we've been exposed to the extent that what if we go to the elections and we couldn't make it? And the 10 going to the election, it was clear to each one of them that there's only one person who was going to win. Unless, of course, you were not covered by the party as it were. Once you are a member of the party and you have not reneged your membership to the party, you are clothed and covered at all material times by the party. Your commitment, like I said, must first be to the party. You may even go into an election, elect a flag bearer. A week or two later, the flag bearer may pass or may decide not to run. Doesn't mean you cease to be a member of the party. No. So for me, I don't think that electing a flag bearer gives you that covering. It is the party, the tenant of the party, that gives you that covering. We are going to fight the elections together. Are you saying that if you elect a flag bearer, the person becomes the president? We need everybody to be able to prosecute the campaign to ensure that we have a resounding victory in 2024. And that, at that time, you don't know who supported who. It should not be a determinant factor. I don't know how people think that once I disagree with you in who should lead our party, it means I've been exposed. I can't accept that argument. If you look at Nanado's cabinet, there were Kufuor's cabinet as it were. There were people, Alan Kyerematen himself had been consistently contesting Nanado, but he was the first person to be appointed as a minister for trade or under Nanado's administration. Kufuor did the same. Nanado contested Kufuor, Safo, all those who contested him, they were all sitting in his cabinet. I don't see where the exposure and being left alone is. I remain a member of the party. If today I want to see any of the aspirants, I am free to walk to see any of the aspirants. There's only one person who is going to win. So that should not be part of our thinking, that once you support somebody yesterday and the person does not win or is no more in the race, doesn't mean that those supporting the Japan cannot come around the party. No. People should disabuse their minds from that. And I don't think that any of the four leaders standing today who wish to make that statement anywhere. And that's an unfortunate statement.
Your brother, Sami Oko, is inviting you, and he mentions you by name and says he's inviting you to the DMB camp. Would you accept that invitation?
He need not to invite me. Sami doesn't need to invite me. I'm a member of parliament, and I've told you, I'll make my intentions known in due course. I thank him for the invitation. I mean, it's my brother. Likewise, people in other camps. But I think that I'll make a decision in the best interest of our party very soon.
You said that Alan was leading a gallant group of men and women into this battle, but he has decided, and ultimately it is his. Would you honestly say that his exit from the party or the exit from the race was done in a gallant way?
Well, I don't know what you mean by gallant way. I think that is discussed and has stated a number of reasons. But I've made a solemn pledge not to discuss those things. These are party issues. I won't discuss them in the media space.
Do you disagree with the manner in which your candidate exited the race?
There's no other way to exit if you want to communicate to the party, and he's done so.
By burning the bridge while you walk past? Because that's how it sounds like for some watchers.
I don't know how you can say that that's how it sounds. I'm saying that if you want to exit, just like Jacko did, you communicate to the party. I said I'm disappointed in the decision. However, I respect his opinion. I'm supporting somebody going for election. He says I'm not going again. You fault him. You can't fault him. I've seen presidents resign. After people have spent their money, time, and energy making them president, they resign from the position. So why? It's a personal decision to keep going or not. So that's why we respect his opinion, though disappointed. And I know a number of people who are equally disappointed. People have been wailing all over the country. I mean, what can you do? Their time investment in you, I mean, he couldn't have been celebrating that decision. But however it is, we move on. We move on because we have a viable party that can win power 2024. And ultimately, that is our vision. Our vision is to bring a leader that can win us the election. So we still believe that there's somebody out there who can help us win the election 2024.
We are told that prior to the announcement, your camp was divided between those who supported an exit and those who thought you should stay and fight on. Which side of the table were you sitting at?
I'm not too sure. You go for a meeting of high caliber of this nature, you come out and say, I was here, this person was here. The ultimate is that the president has made a pronouncement. Let's respect it.
Do you think Alan Kyerematen still holds any sway in the New Patriotic Party moving forward?
Even me, I have my supporters. So Alan Kyerematen still is a member of the NPP, and that's the most important thing to me. I mean, withdrawing from the race does not make you anti-NPP.
Should it be? Should people see this as a precursor to an ultimate exit because he'll be announcing exit the party eventually? Are you saying to us, hand on heart, that he will not?
I'm not sure he's communicated any such intentions to the party or myself.
Very well. Thank you so much, and we wish you all the best. We'll be on standby to hear which camp you've decided to eventually join.
Thank you very much. You'll be first.
That's Sylvester Tetteh. He's member of parliament for Botiano English. A man from disappointed but respected.